here. So it's not every day that you hear about somebody dressing up as Grimace from McDonald's. And I am sure that I might be making one of the only videos about somebody experiencing or talking about their experience being the purple mascot. And I'm glad to be that person. There's so many videos on this website. Sometimes you just gotta make something that people just won't expect seeing. Welcome, I'm Toby, and I'm here to tell you about this funny and interesting story. How did I get to be Grimace from McDonald's? How did I become the purple taste bud? Let me tell you about it. It was around a decade ago, and I was working at McDonald's. McDonald's was my first job. I wanted McDonald's to be my first job because I have a strange but awesome hyperfixation on McDonald's. I don't know many others who have this, so if you do like McDonald's as much as I do, tell me in the comments below. But I do know that not a lot of people are McFanatics like me, but McDonald's has a special place in my heart. And I was given the opportunity because my boss knew that I had a deep obsession for McDonald's. It was a little quirk of mine, and she needed somebody to be Grimace. But why was Grimace needed? The local hospital and McDonald's collaborated on a special event where the hospital would clean up McDonald's and they would give out free ice cream coupons. I think that's what it was. This was a long time ago. This was a really long time ago. So my mind is a little hazy when it comes to this, but I believe that was why. I think that was the first time, because believe it or not, I was Grimace multiple times. How did it happen? My boss gives me a call. I think I was watching a YouTube video or something, and she's like, "Hey, Toby, would you like to be Grimace? I need Grimace. I need somebody to dress up as Grimace." And like literally back then, like I'm still a quite anxious person, but then I was pretty freaking anxious. I'm like, I don't know if I can freaking do this. So I said no thank you, and I hung up the phone. I was in bed. I was like, oh my god. Why'd you say no, man? This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You could be Grimace. This is a story that cool Uncle Toby could tell future generations. That he was the purple mascot dancing all around. You know what I did? I called my boss right up and I said, I will do it. I was like, oh my god. I don't know why I was so anxious being Grimace. When now looking back, people won't even know it's me in the costume. But still, it scared the living daylights out of me. I did not like getting out of my comfort zone. So, the day comes, and it's time for me to be Grimace. Oh boy, I still remember this day like it was yesterday. I walk in, and I walk all the way back in our employee lounge. Literally, our employee lounge was the size of a shoebox. And I get pretty nervous. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be freaking Grimace. My boss comes with the costume, and it's a how do I describe this? The costume's insane, guys. Being Grimace, like, you would not expect a costume to be like this. So, this is what a Grimace costume consists of. The one I had anyways. I think it was the Canadian Grimace costume because it came from Canada. But there's a whole lot of Grimace costumes out there. Even some on AliExpress. It's not real. That's not official. We only go with the official ones here. So it comes into things you have to wear. So one is the feet. Grimace's feet. He's got large purple feet. And it's like little shoes. I believe you have to wear your shoes in it. And you put your feet in those shoe sockets. And then you put, it's attached to a pair of like pants there. It's like, I remember it's striped. I believe it's blue and white striped pants. I remember it clearly because it was a little too big for me. So I put it on and it's like, holy crap, my feet are bulky. Grimace has huge feet. No wonder he's quite clumsy. And then on the pants, there's like green buttons, but the green buttons have something very important. As far as I can remember, it's a little hazy. The buttons part is a little hazy, but what I do really remember is the other part. The big contraption. You gotta put your head inside this big thing. It's hollow, and it's like a hula hoop. You're inside like a hula hoop, essentially. And you got this big, heavy helmet you gotta put on your head. And that's what holds everything together. And there's like... How do I freaking describe this? It's like, it's a big, uncomfortable thing you put on your head. It's like a freaking helmet. And it sits on your shoulders, so it hurts your shoulders like freaking crazy. And there is a huge hula hoop to hold the big... you know how he's big and wobbly there? He's a big gumdrop. Well, you need to show off. You need to show off that size. Grimace he's not a thin guy. Body positivity here. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. That's why the hula hoop is there, to show that he's a... Okay? That's the only way I can freaking describe this. It's hard to describe, but I'm hoping that it's making you laugh. I hope. And the way you see through this is through Grimace's mouth. You don't see through his eyes, because his eyes are big googly eyes. When you move around, his eyes move around. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, so you see through his mouth. And the only way you can really see if there's somebody there, if you look closely, if you look right in and be like, hello? Anyone there? That's the only way you're gonna see if there's anybody in the costume. But me back then, I was like, they're gonna freaking see me. So the costume is done. I have the costume on. There comes the next part. Getting out of the McDonald's. When you're Grimace, it's like you're a furry. So, do you know how usually, like, when you're in a fursuit, you got somebody there helping you out just in case shit hits the fan? Well, it's kind of like this with Grimace. I have somebody with me. Let's call him the Wrangler. I don't know if that's actually the right word, but like the person's there to help you guide and watch your steps so you don't fall, don't get hurt. Nobody wants that happening, right? So this McDonald's is very tiny, and there's only one tiny area for me to get through. And oh my god, that was tough. I was walking, plop, 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 plop. Grimace's whole big body catching on everything, probably almost landing inside the grill. But eventually, it was a big workout. Eventually, I made it out. I made it out at the McDonald's. And it was a freaking hot summer day. This was like July or August. So luckily, I wasn't the only one in the costume. The Wrangler that was with me was also switching with me for costumes. And this guy's cool. This guy was cool because when he was dressed up as Grimace, he knew all the tricks. He knew how to bounce around, dance all about, and then there's me like... Man. Oh, man. So I'm outside. That's all I do. This is all I do. I just wave my hands like this. I go like this. I go like this. I felt embarrassed. I felt like everybody was watching me and making fun of me. But in reality, people weren't making fun of me. They thought it was really cool that Grimace was out. Everybody was honking their car horn, and people were waving. They're like, "Hi, Grimace! Hi, Grimace!" Children were looking at me like,
"What the hell is that thing?"
Well, a lot of children, very small children in the mid-2010s didn't know what Grimace was because they took the McDonald's Land characters off the television, which is unfortunate. McDonald's, I'm glad that you're slowly bringing back the McDonald's Land characters, but there's one thing that I wish you guys can do. Please tell me where my boy Ronald is. I want to know where he is. I miss him. This doll's a little scary. So that was like my first time being Grimace, and like I mentioned earlier, I did Grimace multiple times. So the more you dress up as Grimace, the more you get used to it. And I was actually supposed to be Grimace this year, but unfortunately it didn't happen because another McDonald's in the franchise wanted to use the costume. So all in all, it was a great experience to be Grimace. Being in the costume for too long is very exhausting, but overall, making people happy is what mattered to me. I'm happy that I made a lot of people happy being Grimace. There's one thing I do want to show you guys. Give me a second. I want to show you guys something. This is me. That's me as Grimace. This was a gift I was given after being Grimace. The costume does look quite funny, and it was such a fun time. I know that Rainbolt will probably most likely be able to figure out where this place is, but yeah, it doesn't matter where this place is. All that matters is I was able to make people happy being Grimace. If you ever get a chance to step out of your comfort zone, I highly recommend that you give it a shot. You never know. It might make a nice, fun memory. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, consider subscribing, and I really hope you like this video. More coming soon, I'm hoping. Tell me, should I talk about the Oreo Coca-Colas, or should I talk about something McInteresting? Alright, have a good day, guys. See you in the next video.